I'm going to share with you one of my more unique patterns. This isn't a pattern, this is a follow board. Follow board does two things for you. It supports a delicate pattern or it creates an irregular parting. This is actually a wooden pattern. It goes right here. All right. So it creates the parting line over these inlets, so I don't have to cut them every time I want to make one of these. This one's set up a little unusual for a follow board. The side we're looking at is the cope side. This is the top, because I don't want this big chunk of sand that's going to be right here hanging upside down from the cope. So I do this one with a double roll, which means I ram the cope, roll it over, ram the drag, and then flip it back over. This one incorporates the gating system. This is your end gate, which you want in the cope, and it has to stay with the pattern in the cope when you first ram the cope. That's why it's removable, all right? Once you've rammed it and you get ready to do the drag, your runner and your splash well interlocks over top so that you end up, I don't have to cut any gating system. I don't have to cut a parting line. I can knock these out like it's a match plate real quick. One of the things you'll notice is I have this weird inlet in here, and that's because I customize these with pattern letters, and this gives a place for the pattern letters to go. And I cut all these different patterns. These are the original wooden patterns. The reason why I have two that look the same, the depth is actually different. I made this one first, and you couldn't do these bottom pieces on the inside way down low like that. It is just, you couldn't work in here. I mean, it's doable, but it caused me problems, and the easy way to get around it was to just make a shallower pattern, which you can see here. This is cast aluminum. Right here you can see the O'Bannon. This is the pattern, and it's aluminum with pattern letters on it, so I could go soak this in water, because these are put down with PVA glue, and these would come off and I could reuse them. And here is the brass pattern. And somebody's probably going to notice that the gating system is very odd. This is an aluminum gating system. Somebody asked for a brass one and then backed out, so I've had it. For those of you that know, the O'Bannon was my second ship, so I didn't really mind end up getting stuck with one. But this is a follow board in case you ever have to deal with an irregular parting on something you're going to do a lot of. If you're going to do one, just carve the sand out and run with it. But if you're going to have a pile of them like I got going on, make a good follow board. Remember that double roll if you got a big piece of hanging sand.